Atomic Habits by James Clear. Have you ever felt like you're living the same day on repeat, promising yourself that this time you'll finally change, only to watch those promises fade away by the end of the week? You tell yourself you'll wake up early, eat better, stop wasting time scrolling, but somehow the old patterns pull you back. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're simply following a system, a set of invisible habits quietly steering your life. Now, imagine your life as a plane leaving New York. If the pilot tilts the nose just 3 degrees off course, no one on board would notice. But fly that way for a few thousand miles and you don't land in Los Angeles. You end up in Mexico. That's the power of tiny changes. The smallest decisions, almost unnoticeable today, can change the destination of your entire life. In this journey through Atomic Habits by James Clear, we'll uncover how to master these small changes, how to design your environment, rewire your routines, and become the kind of person success naturally follows. You'll learn why it's not motivation that shapes your destiny, but the systems you build every single day. So stay with me till the end, because by the time this story closes, you'll see how one tiny habit, repeated with purpose, can rewrite your identity and your future. Because success isn't one giant leap. It's a quiet rhythm, repeated, refined, and unstoppable. From coma to comeback, the birth of Atomic Habits. Before we dive into the science of habits, let me tell you a story. The year was 2002. It was the last day of James Clear's sophomore year in high school. A classmate swung a baseball bat, it slipped, and in an instant, everything went black. The bat crushed his face, broke his skull, and shattered both eye sockets. Within moments, his body collapsed. He was airlifted to a hospital, unconscious, not breathing on his own, as his parents watched doctors fight to keep him alive. Machines hummed, lights blurred, and time dissolved into fear. But against all odds, James woke up. His road to recovery was slow. He had to relearn the basics, walking straight, seeing clearly, even believing in himself again. Baseball, the dream he'd built his childhood around, was gone. Yet somewhere between the pain and the patience, he began to rebuild. He started small. Going to bed early while others stayed up, keeping his dorm room clean, lifting weights, studying consistently. No grand plan, no dramatic transformation, just small, repeatable actions. Slowly, they compounded. His body grew stronger. His grades improved. His confidence returned. Years later, he became team captain, an academic All-American, and eventually the author of a book that would change millions of lives. But here's what mattered most. He realized that greatness isn't built in a single moment. It's built in millions of small ones. Every habit is a vote for the kind of person you're becoming, and every small action carries the potential to transform your entire future. That accident didn't just change James's life. It revealed a universal truth. Tiny habits, repeated with purpose, are powerful enough to rebuild a life from the ground up. This is where our journey begins, with the fundamentals and the surprising power of small, invisible changes. The fundamentals. Why tiny changes make a big difference. Sometimes, the biggest transformations begin with the smallest shifts. In 2003, British cycling was a national embarrassment. 1 Olympic gold in 100 years, no Tour de France wins. Then came Dave Brailsford, a man obsessed with one simple idea, the aggregation of marginal gains. What if we improved everything by just 1%? They tested pillows for better sleep, painted trucks white to spot dust, refined recovery, nutrition, even hand washing. Tiny things, almost invisible. But when all those 1% improvements stacked up, the results were unbelievable. Within 5 years, Britain dominated the Olympics and the Tour de France, a century of failure raced by the power of small, consistent change. That's the essence of Atomic Habits. Not radical transformation, but quiet, daily progress. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Get 1% better each day, and you'll be 37 times better in a year. Get 1% worse, and you fade towards zero. Progress often hides beneath the surface, the valley of disappointment. Like heating an ice cube, 25 degrees, 26 degrees, 27 degrees, nothing. Then at 32 degrees, it melts. Change was happening all along. You just couldn't see it. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Everyone has goals. Winners and losers share the same ones. Goals are about results. Systems are about the process that creates them. Clean your room once, it's tidy today. Build a system. It stays clean forever. As Coach Bill Walsh said, the score takes care of itself. Time amplifies everything. Good habits make time your ally. Bad habits make time your enemy. Like a plane just 3 degrees off course, a tiny shift at takeoff leads to a completely different destination. Change doesn't demand heroism, it demands repetition. Small actions done consistently shape who you become. How your habits shape your identity. We often fail not because we lack motivation, but because we try to change the wrong thing. Think of an onion. Outer layer, outcomes, what you want. Middle, processes, what you do. Core, identity, what you believe. Most people start outside in. I want this result, so I'll do this habit. But true change happens inside out. I am this kind of person, so I do these things. 2 people refuse a cigarette. One says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." The other says, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." One is fighting old identity. The other has rewritten it. Every action is a vote for the person you want to become. You don't read a book, you become a reader. You don't run once, you become a runner. You don't play guitar, you become a musician. You don't need perfection, just consistency. Like an election, you don't need every vote, you just need the majority. Decide who you want to be. Prove it to yourself with small wins. Each repetition is evidence. Each habit reinforces identity. Because the purpose of habits isn't to have more, it's to become more. How habits work. In 1898, psychologist Edward Thorndike placed cats in puzzle boxes. Each box had one escape, a lever or latch. At first, they scratched and clawed randomly. Then, click, the door opened. Food awaited. Soon they learned the pattern. Press, freedom, reward. Thorndike called it the law of effect. Behaviors followed by satisfaction are repeated. Those that bring pain fade away. That's the same loop running your life today. Cue, craving, response, reward. Your phone buzzes. Cue. You crave to know who texted. You grab it. Response. You feel satisfied. Reward. We don't crave the habit itself. We crave the state it gives us. Not coffee. Alertness. Not scrolling, relief from boredom. Not exercise, confidence. Remove one step and the habit collapses. No cue, no start. No craving, no motivation. Too hard, no action. No reward, no repetition. James Clear turned this into the 4 laws of behavior change. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. To break a bad habit, invert them. Make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, unsatisfying. Because every habit you build and every one you break begins with that quiet loop. Cue, craving, response, reward. The 4 steps that quietly shape your destiny. The first law of atomic habits, make it obvious. And until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. Awareness, the first step to change. Sometimes, awareness alone can save a life. A paramedic once walked into a family gathering, glanced at her father-in-law, and said, "You need to go to the hospital, now." He laughed. He felt fine. Hours later, surgeons found a blocked artery. Her intuition had spotted what science couldn't. Years of experience had trained her eyes to detect subtle cues, changes in skin tone, breath, and blood flow, even when she couldn't explain how. That's how habits form. Your brain is a prediction machine, constantly scanning for patterns and storing cues. Like a curator spotting a fake painting or a military analyst sensing a threat, your brain learns what matters long before you realize it. Every habit begins the same way. With a cue, your mind learns to notice. Autopilot. When habits take over, your heart beats, your lungs breathe, your body moves, all without thought. Habits are no different. You don't decide to scroll Instagram or grab a cookie. You just do. One clerk once cut a real credit card in half. She'd done it so often with empty gift cards that her body acted before her brain. That's the danger and the beauty of habits. They automate action, but until you see them, they control you. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Change starts with awareness. The power of pointing and calling. In Japan, train operators follow a strange ritual. They point to signals and speak aloud. Signal green, speed 60, all clear. It sounds odd, but it cuts mistakes by 85%. Why? Because it forces awareness. This pointing and calling system engages eyes, mouth, ears, and hands, pulling automatic actions into consciousness. You can do the same. I'm about to check my phone, but I don't need to. I'm reaching for a cookie, but it doesn't serve my goal. Saying it aloud breaks the spell of autopilot. The habits scorecard. The next tool, Simple, powerful awareness. List your daily habits from waking up to brushing your teeth. Then mark each one, plus helpful, nice, harmful, neutral. Don't judge, just observe. Ask yourself, does this behavior help me become who I want to be? Every action casts a vote for or against your future self. There are no good or bad habits, only effective ones, effective at solving a problem. Smoking works for stress, but harms long-term health. Awareness turns repetition into choice. The power of planning, implementation intention. In 2001, British researchers discovered the secret to starting habits that stick. They asked one group to simply track exercise, another to read about its benefits, and a third to fill this sentence. During the next week, I will exercise for 20 minutes on day at time and place. The result? Only 35% of the first two groups exercised, but 91% of the third group did. The difference wasn't motivation, it was clarity. This formula is called an implementation intention. I will behavior at time in location. I will meditate for 1 minute at 7 a.m. in my kitchen. I will study at 6 p.m. in my bedroom. When your plan has a time and place, your brain sees the cue and acts, because people don't fail from lack of motivation, they fail from lack of clarity. Habit stacking, linking the new to the known. Stanford's B.J. Fogg discovered another simple hack, habit stacking. It uses your current routines as anchors. After habit, I will new habit. After I pour my coffee, I'll meditate. After I brush my teeth, I'll floss. After dinner, I'll say one thing I'm grateful for. Each action cues the next, like dominoes falling forward. This turns effort into flow and small wins into momentum. The environment effect. Design, don't rely. Dr. Anne Thorndike proved it in a hospital cafeteria. She simply moved bottled water beside the soda. In 6 months, soda sales dropped 11%. Water sales rose 26% without a single word. Environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. People don't always choose what they want. They choose what's easy to see. Be the architect of your space. If you want better habits, make good cues visible and bad cues invisible. Put your guitar in the living room, vitamins on the counter, water on your desk. Hide the remote, junk food, and phone when you need focus. Every habit is initiated by a cue, and we notice the ones that stand out. Redesign your spaces. Desk equals focus, bed equals sleep, kitchen equals nourishment. One space, one use. When context is clear, behavior follows. The secret to self-control. In Vietnam, 35% of soldiers used heroin, yet 90% quit once they came home. Why? The environment changed. When the context changed, so did the habit. Self-control isn't about willpower, it's about design. People with the best discipline spend the least time in temptation. They don't fight triggers, they remove them. The people with the best self-control are the ones who need to use it the least. You can break a habit, but you rarely forget it. So instead of resisting endlessly, remove the cue. Instead of making it obvious, make it invisible. Final takeaway. You don't need more motivation. You need clarity, visibility, and design. Notice your cues. Plan your habits in time and place. Stack them on what already exists. Shape your environment to make good behaviors obvious and bad ones invisible. Because habits don't just build success, they build identity. You become what you repeatedly do, and every cue you see is a vote for the person you're becoming. Second law, make it attractive. What if your cravings aren't random but engineered? In the 1940s, Dutch scientist Nico Tinbergen discovered something that changed how we understand desire. He studied baby seagulls that instinctively peck the red dot on their mother's beak to ask for food. One day, he built fake cardboard beaks with extra bright red dots. The chicks went wild, pecking harder than at real birds. He called it a supernormal stimulus, an exaggerated version of reality that hijacks natural instinct. Humans fall for the same trap. The perfect burger photo, the endless social media scroll, the bliss point in chips and soda, each designed to overstimulate the brain's reward system. As neuroscientist Stefan Guyenet said, we've gotten too good at pushing our own buttons. We evolved to crave sugar, salt, and fat for survival. Now, those same instincts are exploited to keep us hooked. And that's the essence of the second law of behavior change. Make it attractive. Because the more appealing something feels, the more automatic it becomes. At the heart of attraction is dopamine, the chemical of anticipation. In 1954, scientists James Olds and Peter Milner discovered that when dopamine was blocked in rats, they stopped eating, mating, and even living. They still liked food when it touched their tongues, but they no longer wanted it. Without dopamine, there was no drive. Desire disappeared. Later research revealed something remarkable. Dopamine spikes before the reward, not after. Gamblers feel the rush before rolling the dice. Addicts crave at the sight of the cue, not the hit. It's not the reward that motivates you, it's the craving for it. That's why we refresh our inbox, chase likes, or scroll endlessly. We're hooked on anticipation itself. If you design anticipation, you design behavior. One simple way to do that is through temptation bundling. A Dublin student named Ronan Byrne loved Netflix but hated working out. So he hacked his exercise bike. Netflix would only play if he pedaled fast enough. Stop pedaling and the show paused. He literally built motivation into motion. That's temptation bundling, linking what you want to do with what you need to do. After current habit, I will habit I need. After habit I need, I will habit I want. This is Premack's principle. High probability behaviors reinforce low probability ones. Soon, your brain starts craving both. But our cravings aren't shaped by willpower alone. They're molded by the people around us. In the 1960s, a Hungarian educator named Laszlo Polgár decided to prove that talent could be created. He and his wife raised their daughters around chess, walls lined with chessboards, puzzles, and photos of grandmasters. Susan became a world champion at 14. Judith became the youngest grandmaster in history, surpassing Bobby Fischer. Because in their world, chess wasn't unusual, it was normal. Whatever your culture praises becomes what you crave. Humans are wired to belong. We imitate three groups the most: the close, the many, and the powerful. The close, our family and friends. We mirror those near us. A 30-year study found that if your friend becomes obese, your chances of becoming obese rise by 57%. Habits spread like social contagions, but it also works in your favor. Surround yourself with disciplined, focused people, and their habits rub off. Join a culture where your desired behavior is normal. When everyone around you reads, trains, or eats clean, you don't need motivation. You just follow the flow. The many. The tribe. In psychologist Solomon Ash's famous experiment, participants were asked to match the length of lines on cards. The answer was obvious, yet when everyone else in the room gave the wrong one, 75% conformed. We'd rather be wrong with the crowd than right alone. When change means belonging, it's easy. When it means standing apart, it feels unbearable. The powerful, those we admire. We chase status, respect, and approval. We copy success, imitate leaders, and follow those we envy. Behaviors that earn us praise become the most attractive habits of all. The Polgar sisters didn't just love chess, their world rewarded it. Their identity and status kept their habits alive. But attraction also has a dark mirror. To break bad habits, make them unattractive. Alan Carr, author of The Easy Way to Stop Smoking, helped millions quit not by force, but by reframing the desire. He showed that smoking didn't calm stress or nerves. It only pretended to. When people saw that truth, the craving dissolved. You're not quitting anything. You're gaining freedom. Every craving has two layers: what you think you want and what your brain really wants. You crave a snack, but what you truly need is comfort. You open Instagram, but what you seek is connection. Your habits are modern solutions to ancient desires. Habits are predictions, your brain guessing which action will bring relief. Change the meaning, and you change the craving. Start small. Replace I have to with I get to. I get to work out. I get to cook dinner. I get to grow stronger. Same action, new story. Exercise isn't punishment, it's power. Saving isn't sacrifice, it's freedom. Nervousness isn't fear, it's energy preparing you. When meaning changes, motivation changes. Anchor that meaning with small rituals. 3 deep breaths before focus. Your favorite playlist before work. A smile before a challenge. Soon, your brain links those cues with confidence and readiness. Bad habits aren't erased, they're replaced. When you stop expecting pleasure from the wrong things, desire fades. When you find joy in the right ones, it grows. Takeaway: don't fight your cravings, redirect them. Design your environment so that what's good for you also feels good. Make healthy habits magnetic and bad ones meaningless. Because you don't need more discipline, you need better design. You don't need to force yourself, you need to want the right things. The habits that pull you forward are the ones that last forever. The third law of behavior change: make it easy, the science of effortless habits. Imagine a classroom in Florida. One half of the students were told, take as many photos as you can. The other half, take just one perfect photo. By semester's end, the best photos didn't come from the perfectionists, but from the ones who practiced more. They learned by doing, not by waiting for the perfect plan. As Voltaire once said, the best is the enemy of the good. That's the essence of the third law of behavior change. Make it easy. Stop chasing perfect. Start taking small, repeatable action. Walk slowly, but never backward. We often confuse motion with action. Motion feels productive: researching, planning, thinking. Action is productive: doing, practicing, repeating. Motion is safe. Action risks failure, but only action creates results. Don't chase perfect, chase reps, because repetition builds results, not theory. Neuroscientists call this long-term potentiation, meaning neurons that fire together, wire together. Every repetition strengthens the neural path that builds your identity. Every skipped repetition weakens it. At first, progress feels awkward, then easier, until one day it's automatic. That's the habit line, where repetition turns behavior into identity. Time doesn't build habits, frequency does. Go slow if you must, but never stop moving forward. The law of least effort. Design the path of least resistance. Anthropologist Jared Diamond, in Guns, Germs, and Steel, explained why civilizations spread faster across Europe and Asia. The East-West continents shared similar climates. Crops grew easily across them. But the Americas, stretched north to south, had wildly different weather. Progress there was slower, not from lack of effort, but from more friction. That's human nature. We follow the path of least resistance. Out of all the possible actions we could take, the one that's realized is the one that delivers the most value for the least effort. Scrolling your phone takes zero effort. Cooking a healthy meal takes energy. So your brain chooses what's easier, not because you're lazy, but because you're efficient. If you want better habits, make them easy. If you want to break bad habits, make them hard. Make the right thing the easy thing. Design beats discipline. Remove friction. Good habits don't need more willpower. They need better design. The Japanese manufacturing revolution proved this in the 1970s. Companies like Toyota boosted efficiency not by working harder, but by removing unnecessary steps, what they called lean production. James Surowiecki wrote, "Japanese factories were more efficient because they removed waste at every step." You can do the same. Keep workout clothes visible. Put healthy snacks within reach. Hide junk food. Move distractions out of sight. Every bit of friction you remove makes good habits easier to start. Prime your environment. Be proactively lazy. Oswald Knuckles, an IT developer, calls his system resetting the room. After using any space, he puts everything back in place: remotes, pillows, dishes. As he says, people think I work hard, but I'm just proactively lazy. This is called priming your environment. You're not cleaning up, you're preparing for the next action. Try it yourself. Want to eat healthy? Prep the skillet and utensils the night before. Want to draw more? Leave your pens and notebooks ready. Want to work out? Lay out your shoes and bottle near the door. When the tools are ready, the action starts automatically. Likewise, make bad habits harder. Unplug the TV after watching. Keep your phone in another room. Delete distracting apps. Even a few seconds of friction can stop a bad habit before it begins. The 2-minute rule. Start so small you can't fail. Dancer and choreographer Twyla Tharp begins every day with one simple ritual: hailing a cab to the gym. The workout isn't the ritual. The cab is. That tiny first step triggers everything else. That's the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Read before bed. Read 1 page. Run every morning. Tie my shoes. Study daily. Open my notebook. The point isn't to trick yourself. It's to show up. You can't improve a habit that doesn't exist. Standardize before you optimize. Do it for 2 minutes and stop if you want. The next time, you'll crave more. The hardest part is starting, and the 2-minute rule removes that barrier. Make good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. Sometimes success means making the wrong choice impossible. In 1830, Victor Hugo locked away all his clothes to force himself to stay home and write The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's called a commitment device, a choice you make in the present that locks in better behavior in the future. Want to eat less? Use smaller plates. Want to avoid late-night scrolling? Plug your Wi-Fi into a timer. Want to save more? Automate transfers to your savings account. Automation is the ultimate form of discipline. As philosopher Alfred North Whitehead said, civilization advances by extending the number of operations we can perform without thinking about them. Use technology wisely. Auto-refill prescriptions, use website blockers, set screen time limits, automate bill payments. When systems work for you, willpower becomes unnecessary. Final takeaways. The third law, make it easy. 1. Practice beats planning. Don't wait for perfect. Repetition builds mastery. 2. Reduce friction. Make good habits simple, accessible, and convenient. 3. Prime your environment. Prepare spaces for the actions you want to happen. 4. Start small. Use the 2-minute rule to master showing up. 5. Automate success. Design systems and commitment devices that make the right thing inevitable. Because success isn't built on motivation, it's built on momentum. Every small step, every easy start, every repeated action compounds. Walk slowly, but never backward. Make it easy, and watch your habits become who you are. The fourth law, make it satisfying. The cardinal rule of behavior change. In the late 1990s, public health expert Stephen Luby traveled to Karachi, Pakistan, a city struggling with poor sanitation and widespread disease. When he introduced Safeguard soap, people didn't just start washing hands because it was healthy. They did it because it felt good. The soap foamed, smelled nice, and left hands clean and smooth. The results were staggering. Diarrhea cases dropped 52%, pneumonia 48%, and skin infections 35%. Even years later, the habit stuck. Why? Because as James Clear writes, what is rewarded is repeated. What is punished is avoided. That's the cardinal rule of behavior change, the fourth and final law. While the first 3 laws help you start a habit, make it obvious, attractive, and easy, this one ensures you stick with it. Immediate versus delayed rewards. Humans evolved to crave instant gratification. Our ancestors hunted for food, built fires, and sought shelter. Everything rewarded now. But in today's world, the habits that truly matter, saving money, working out, reading, eating healthy, have delayed rewards. And the bad ones, smoking, scrolling, snacking, feel great right now but bring pain later. As economist Frédéric Bastiat said, the sweeter the first fruit of a habit, the more bitter are its later fruits. So, to make good habits last, we must make them satisfying today, not someday. How to make habits stick. 1. Add immediate pleasure. Make your habits feel rewarding. A nice-smelling soap, a check mark on a tracker, or a small win moment can give instant satisfaction. 2. Add immediate pain to bad habits. Make them visible, costly, or inconvenient. 3. Reinforce your identity. Remind yourself, I'm the kind of person who keeps promises to myself. Because change sticks when it feels good, and what feels good today becomes who you are tomorrow. Don't break the chain. The power of visual tracking. In a small Canadian office, a young stockbroker named Trent Dursmid started each morning with 2 jars, one filled with 120 paper clips, the other empty. Each time he made a sales call, he moved 1 paperclip over. 1 call, 1 clip. By the end of the day, 120 clips. 18 months later, he was generating $5 million in business. That's the paperclip strategy, a simple visual system that turns invisible effort into visible progress. Because progress feels good. And what feels good repeats. From marbles and journals to streak apps and calendars, habit tracking turns effort into motivation. Benjamin Franklin tracked 13 virtues daily. Jerry Seinfeld used a calendar system to never break the chain. Every XU mark says, you showed up again. Why habit tracking works? 1, it's obvious. Tracking creates visual cues that remind you to act. Seeing your streak makes the next step irresistible. Studies show that people who track habits like food or exercise improve twice as fast as those who don't. 2, it's attractive. Progress is addictive. Each mark releases dopamine, a mini you-did-it reward that builds momentum. 3, it's satisfying. Crossing a day off or logging your reps feels good. That tiny pleasure reinforces the habit loop. Cue, craving, response, reward. Habit tracking isn't just about data, it's about identity. Each checkmark is a vote for the person you want to become. Never miss twice life happens. You'll miss a day, skip a workout, or break your streak. That's fine, just never miss twice. The first mistake is never the one that ruins you. It's the spiral of repeated mistakes that follows. Miss once? Okay, miss twice? That's the start of a new bad habit. Even a short workout or one healthy meal counts. It keeps your identity alive because it's not about perfection, it's about consistency. As Charlie Munger said, the first rule of compounding: never interrupt it unnecessarily. Show up, even when it's small, it all adds up. Pain changes behavior. Make bad habits unsatisfying. In the 1970s, Roger Fisher, a Harvard professor and conflict expert, proposed a shocking idea to prevent nuclear war. He suggested implanting the nuclear launch codes inside a volunteer's heart, so the president would have to personally take a life before pushing the button. The Pentagon called it horrifying. Fisher said, exactly. His point? When pain is immediate, behavior changes fast. We repeat bad habits because they reward us now and punish us later. The solution is to reverse that timing, bring the pain closer. People pay bills on time when there's a fee. Students attend class when grades depend on it. The more immediate the consequence, the faster the change. The habit contract, accountability in action. Like laws that enforce seatbelt use, habit contracts create personal accountability. Write down the habit you'll do, the consequence if you don't, and the people who'll hold you to it. Entrepreneur Brian Harris did this to lose weight. If he missed tracking food, he'd dress formally all week and pay his trainer $200. If he failed again, he owed his wife $500 and had to wear his rival team's hat for a month. It worked because the pain was instant and the accountability was real. You can also keep it simple. Share your goals with a friend or automate consequences. Entrepreneur Thomas Frank had a scheduled tweet. It's 6:10 and I'm not up because I'm lazy. If he didn't wake up on time, it posted automatically. Embarrassment avoided equals habit maintained. Accountability works because we care about how others see us. We don't want to disappoint, so we follow through. Final takeaways. The fourth law: make it satisfying and unsatisfying. 1. Reward progress immediately. Celebrate small wins. 2. Make bad habits painful. Add friction or consequences. 3. Track your habits visually. Progress motivates persistence. 4. Never miss twice. Consistency beats perfection. 5. Use accountability. Share goals, sign contracts, or set public stakes. Because habits don't depend on willpower, they depend on feedback. Pleasure pulls you forward. Pain pushes you away. When both align, growth becomes inevitable. In the end, the best habits don't just feel good, they make you proud of who you're becoming. Unlocking mastery, talent, habits, and the Goldilocks rule. Ever wonder why some people excel effortlessly while others struggle despite working hard? The secret lies in talent, habits, and motivation. Let's break down how to become truly great. Talent. Genes predispose, they don't predetermine. Michael Phelps's long torso slices through water. Hicham El Guerrouj's long legs dominate the track. Swap their sports, and both would struggle. Lesson. Success isn't just hard work. It's playing the game that fits your natural strengths. Genes can predispose, but they don't predetermine. Dr. Gabor Mate. Personality shapes habits. Habits align with personality. High conscientiousness, thrive with structure. High openness, creative routines excite you. High neuroticism, calm, stable habits work best. Align habits with your nature. Hate gyms? Try hiking. Dislike strict diets? Simplify meals. Find or create your game motivation spikes when your work fits your strengths. Ask, what feels fun while others struggle? Where do I naturally outperform? No perfect game? Create one. Scott Adams combined average drawing, humor, and business insight to dominate his niche. Explore, then exploit. Experiment widely early on. Once you find what works, focus relentlessly. Google's 80-20 approach produced breakthroughs like Gmail. Work hard where it comes easiest. People get so caught up in their limits that they rarely exert the effort required to get close to them. James Clear. The Goldilocks rule: motivation at the sweet spot. Steve Martin discovered humans are most motivated when challenges are too easy, boredom, too hard, anxiety, just right, peak engagement. Flow happens here. Incremental improvement keeps motivation alive. Habits and mastery. Avoid complacency. Habits free mental energy but can blind us to errors. Mastery equals habits plus deliberate practice. Pat Riley's Lakers system improved performance 1% each season through continuous refinement. Reflection prevents stagnation. Keep your identity flexible. Pride in a role can block growth. Instead of "I'm an athlete," adopt "I'm mentally tough and love challenges." The hard and stiff will be broken. The soft and supple will prevail. Key takeaways from mastery: play to your strengths, align habits with personality, explore, then focus relentlessly, challenge just enough, Goldilocks rule. Stay flexible in identity. Atomic habits: the secret to lasting results. Tiny, consistent actions transform your life. Small habits don't add up, they compound. James Clear. Success is continuous improvement, not a finish line. The 4 laws of behavior change. 1, make it obvious. 2, make it attractive. 3, make it easy. 4, make it satisfying. Motivation and growth. Clear's habit loop. Cue, craving, response, reward. Craving initiates action, reward sustains repetition. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Nietzsche. Reflection prevents stagnation. Tiny habits compound, and flexible identity fosters growth. Bottom line, lasting change comes from small, consistent steps, not giant leaps. Listening is good, but action is better. Here are the 3 most actionable ideas you can start today from Atomic Habits. Start tiny, 2-minute rule. Read a page, do a push-up, or write a line. Stack habits, attach a new habit to an existing one. Design your environment. Make good habits easy, remove friction. Become the person you want to be, one step at a time. Which will you start today? Comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.